Hello everyone, this is Alan from HookahPro.com coming to you with a shisha review, a hookah review, and a hose review, and basically a coal review. Let's see, let me get the name right here for a second. Smoking Aces is looking into a hose to get a KM leather wrap hose. This is mine. The one he was looking at on eBay, has this wooden tip over here that comes off, and I think this part will come off on that hose. Mine do not, they're glued on. It's a solid hose, not washable, leather, and the port hose is just about a little more than half of the handle. The gauge on this is pretty wide. Standard KM hose that I've smoked out of my friends, and this is the blue, light blue and black wrap. Got this from Alvin over at hookahstore.com. I got the hookah from Alvin at hookahstore.com, and I'll show you that right now. Sorry for the mess in the room, kind of moving all my electronics around. And it is the tie-dye hookah. We got some Chronic hookah, or not Chronic, sorry. I said band vendor. Oh no, I didn't say all the name, so it's all good. Coconut coals. First time trying those coals yesterday, the coconaras, and I like them a lot. I smoked out of this can, I want to say about at least 7 or 8 times already since I've gotten it. Get the hose in the hose port here. Okay. So I'm going to be smoking some of my Fantasia pink lemonade out of this. So without further ado, this has been going for about 6 minutes. Let's take the first pull. Now this has to warm up just a little bit before we actually start seeing the Fantasia clouds. The cut on the Fantasia, typical Fantasia, we had a couple nice little stems in there. I don't really have any more left. That's what it looks like. Real juicy. There's a couple big stems in there, as you see. I put it in a Starbucks can. The taste on this, tastes like a pink lemonade. I've smoked this before out of my little pumpkin hookah, and it didn't taste good at all. Honestly, out of this, I'd asked people on the chat and the forums, does it make it taste better, different hookah and coals and stuff? They said no. I'm gonna have to say different on that. I actually like it more out of this than the pumpkin. The pumpkin actually made me want to throw it away. This actually tastes better. It's more smoother. It feels like it doesn't burn the back of my throat usually like it would out of the pumpkin. And it's got a smoother taste. I think I said that. So in about a couple minutes I'll come back so we can actually see how much smoke is coming out of this and how good this hose is pulling. Breathing out of this KM, taking it drag, it's like breathing. I've never experienced something like this. So we'll be back in a little bit and see how it's smoking. See you then. Hello everyone, well I'm back. It's been about 10 minutes smoking the Fantasia pink lemonade here. All I did was move the coals just once. I always do that no matter what, just in case, because I don't want it to start getting burned or anything. The purge on this, I can't really show it because if I had a camera, I'd push the button and angle it down, but here you go, watch. It's cleared out. That was half a breath. I love this thing. And then to get the smoke back into the base, about half a breath again, inhaling. This hookah is amazing. Alvin, thank you so much for having this hookah available. My phone went off, sorry. The flavor is still here, perfect flavor, still throughout the 10 minutes it's still there. And as you see, the clouds. Big, white, fluffy, playable clouds. I mean, you can play around with these things all day. Fantasia Pink Lemonade. First time I had this, my friend forgot to tell me he left it in the car all day. I ended up getting sick. So I threw it out there. I was like, why not? Let's get this again and try it. Got it again. It was perfect. Like I said, out of the pumpkin hookah, it didn't taste good at all. Out of the KM Carnival tie-dye pair, perfect. Buzz on this. If you do not eat or you did not drink like I did, this is basically me waking up and smoking, you're gonna get a buzz. So drink water, anything, and eat before you smoke, unless you're out there for buzzes. I'll take a drink of water real fast. So basically, the hose. I give this hose a 10 out of 10. The gauge is pretty wide on it. Wide. Sorry, buzz is getting to me. Even with the mouthpieces. Hold on, I'll grab one for you for a second. These mouthpieces are the ones that Alvin at Hookah Store sent me with the hookah. And even with these, it doesn't restrict the pool as much. And you think it would. There's that. And then basically the mouthpiece, you're gonna have to shove it in there. That's what she said. But I want to get the cocoa ones because I've seen a video of them. They seem to go in there better. It doesn't restrict it at all. So, smoking aces. If you're really thinking about getting this hose, get it. I mean, it's comfortable. I mean, look, you can just lay back and enjoy a smoke. The KM tie-dye pair, and I'm sure all the other pairs out there are the same. This thing's perfect. The only thing I had a problem with was the bowl. As you guys know, when I did the unboxing, it was kind of clogged. I took the tongs, the end of it, punched them out. Oh, the base. Just plain water, no ice. I'm not putting ice in this base because I don't want to risk, one, cracking it, and two, just messing it up. And I get more flavor without ice than I would with it. It's kind of weird. So I just use Zephyr's bottle of water from the fridge because it's kind of chilled, and that's basically perfect for me. This bowl I can see going for about an hour and a half more. Yesterday I was smoking black margarita, I think it is. Yeah. And that lasted me about 2 hours with the coals. I don't know how that happened, but it did. It was really weird. So, the hookah, I'm going to give it a 10 out of 10. Perfect. If you're in the market for your first KM, this is the perfect thing to get. It's 32 inches. You can see it on the cam. That's a little bit bigger than my bed sitting on the floor, which is perfect height. You don't have to bend down, move the coals or anything. You can just sit up here and do it. Fantasia Pink Lemonade, I'm going to give it a 7 out of 10. I give it a 7 out of 10 basically for a couple reasons. The stems, a bit ridiculous, but that's typical with Fantasia. The flavor needs to be a little bit more. It's more of a, what would you say, It's more of a chemical taste, slightly. You get pink lemonade. The pink lemonade is there, but it's slightly of a chemical taste. It could be more spot on. It's really juicy. So you can play around with this as much as you want to. I use 3 coals. If you're going to use a KM, I use 3 coals. Most people were saying just use 3 to start off with, use 2, then a wind cover. I don't have a wind cover, so I just throw 3 coconuts on there, and it's perfect. This has been Alan from HookahPro.com. Peace, and keep on smoking.